ASDiA, more than recruiting. This is Mr. Pickford. He is a human resources manager for a clinic and is looking for a finance manager. He has been hunting for a suitable candidate for weeks, to no avail. His biggest headaches: the high degree of specialisation needed. The candidate should have vast experience in the medical field, and the lack of suitable candidates in the employment sector. The search seems hopeless. This is Mrs. Saunders. She is the finance manager for a large clinic and somewhat unhappy with the prospects of growth within her current position. Mrs. Saunders and Mr. Pickford should get together. But little does she know that he is looking to fill a vacancy because she hasn't really been on the lookout for a new position. Mr. Pickford, in turn, is unaware of Mrs. Saunders being a prospective candidate. The two would never connect were it not for ASDiA. ASDiA is your ideal partner when it comes to finding suitable employees, especially when you're looking for experts in the healthcare sector, in other words, hospitals, medical technology, biotechnology and pharmaceutical industry, and for startups. Nowadays, candidates like Mrs. Saunders want to be actively and professionally recruited. And this is where ASDiA supports companies and HR managers like Mr. Pickford. ASDiA combines up-to-date technology with nearly 20 years of experience in the fields of networking and recruitment. Active sourcing is primarily about algorithmic search engines and a good market network. ASDiA makes use of networks like Xing, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., over and above the traditional methods of telephonic identification and direct approach, something that requires specific feel and know-how. In this way, Mrs. Saunders will not be inundated with offers, but will only be approached if the position Mr. Pickford offers matches her personal aspirations. Because ASDiA gets in touch with both their clients and the candidates to create an understanding of the people and their backgrounds. So what makes ASDiA that cut above the rest? Know-how developed over many years, fast and result-driven outcomes, employment of modern technologies and networks, transparency and reliability, high quality, class instead of mass, fair and modular pricing. Sounds convincing to Mr. Pickford, and indeed he has been able to win over Mrs. Saunders as the perfect candidate for his vacancy. Put your trust in ASDiA when recruiting in the areas of healthcare and startups. Contact us and we'll jointly decide how best we can support you. Find us on the internet at www.asdia.de. ASDiA, more than recruiting.